Hey guys, it's Casey. I am coming to you today with a Rose Girls ready to ship haul. I had told you guys in the past that I had not had super great luck with Rose Girls, but everybody loves Rose Girls. So they were one of my very first vendor wax purchases. And as I've been following along and trying to figure out the vendor wax world, I realized that when I ordered from Rose Girls, what I ordered mostly were what she calls mini melters. And the idea of mini melters, I figured out now, are to kind of create your own blend. So they're usually just a single oil, or a blend that's intended to be used with other things. So I got some sweet lavender was one of the ones that I ordered, and sweet lavender, the idea was for me to put sweet lavender with her peppermint or her strawberry or her marshmallow or whatever and kind of make my own blend. But I was just putting that single chunks, and they might not have the kind of performance I was expecting. The other thing that I've realized is that for vendor wax, you really need a different type of warmer or a hotter warmer. Scentsy wax melts at just a lower temperature, so their warmers are fine for their kind of softer wax, but some harder wax, and most vendor wax, as long as it's not maybe soy, is pretty hard wax. And so you just need a hotter bulb or a tea light to kind of really warm it good. And so I decided, knowing my mistake, maybe I should try Rose Girls again because they're so well loved. So a year later, I'm trying them again. So Rose Girls had a ready to ship. So for those of you that are kind of new to wax or new to the wax world, there are really two kinds of offerings that wax vendors have. One is ready to ship. So some people have ready to ship on their website all the time, so that there's that you can always buy lemon drop cookies or whatever. And those are just things that they have poured and that they can ship out right away. Usually those offerings are smaller, and they're usually limited because they have to kind of gauge what they can sell. Then other people kind of open a time for ready to ship. So they say, on March 1st, I'm going to have a ready to ship, and these are the scents that I'm going to pour. And, they might put 20 of a scent on their website, and then they have 20 to ship, and then that's the end. So what's nice about that is that you get your wax really quickly. So you have, in this case, maybe there was 40 things to choose from, and you can order as many as you possibly can, but it's kind of I say Hunger Game style. So you have to be on there. If they open at 10 a.m. on March 1st, you got to be on the, website, 10 a.m. March 1st with your list ready to go. Especially when it comes to Rose Girls, you have to have a list. You have to be ready to boom, 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 boom. Because even though I was pretty prepared, I still missed out on several things that I would have wanted. But even though I added them to my cart, they get bought before if you're just not fast enough, right? So they have ready ship, and then they have pre-orders. So then pre-orders are something where they say, I'm willing to make an unlimited amount of this scent, berry waffle cone. And so I'll put it on my website, and you tell me if you want it. And so order as many berry waffle cones as you want. And then I'll see that I need 50 berry waffle cones. So I'll take the next couple of weeks, a month and a half to pour them. And then once everything that you ordered is poured and ready, I'll send it to you. So that's nice because it's less Hunger Game style. You can just open up and get as much as you want and get, the scent that you like without having to feel like you have to be there to do it. But the bad part about that is that it doesn't ship right away. You have to be willing to wait for a couple of months. So that's just a little, so So I got ready to ship. So these are just items that I picked up, and I will tell you first about the mini melters. So now that I know the idea of mini melters, I went in with an idea of what I wanted. When some of the things that I wanted sold out, it did cause me to get like a few different things, and I'll kind of explain that when I kind of go through. So the first thing is that she sends this little sample, and it's in Christmas Eve in Cookie Land. So lots of people have been raving and raving and raving about this. And so they come in like these little chunks. And I really like this. So this is definitely heavy bakery, but it has like a cinnamon note, almost a tree note, and then like beautiful, like I think it's probably what people say is like her vanilla crunch donuts maybe, and sugar cookie, vanilla bean Noel maybe. So good. But definitely like also a cinnamon note, and it's like not a baking cinnamon, but more of a red hot cinnamon, and maybe even a little bit of a tree note. So people are raving about this. So I'm excited to melt it. Also, right now she has a Cookie Land sampler. Now you don't know what's in the sampler, but you get, you know, a certain amount of different scents with Cookie Land oil or Cookie Land blend, you know, that she has. And so, you know, you could maybe expect Cotton Candy Cookie Land, or, you know, Jumping on Lemon Clouds Cookie Land, or whatever like she mixes, but it's kind of a surprise. So I'm excited to try this because I really am interested in the Cookie Land sampler. Okay, so then my mini melters, I got vanilla ice cream. And so this is something like, right, I could melt on its own, but it's intended to be used to mix with other things to kind of make my own blend. So on cold sniff, I definitely get like an ice cream note, but it almost smells like a little sour. And I have to be really careful when I have anything that's like sugar milk, or when they do those cereal blends that have like milk or eggnog or anything like that in them, because they, for me, can smell a little sour. And this on cold doesn't have it as much. The vanilla is very prominent, but I do kind of get a little bit of a sour note. So all of these I'm going to let cure for at least 2 weeks. Again, you guys know that my March melting basket is green, so I'm not going to melt it if it's not green, but I might mix it with green stuff depending. I also got vanilla crunch donuts. So I was really thoughtful about the mini melters because I want things that are like in my wheelhouse for mixing. Now this I really love. This is very vanilla, but you can definitely get that like kind of fried dough of a donut. It smells great. So I really wanted to get Jumping on Sweet Lemon Clouds, but they sold out really quick. So I got lemonade. I thought maybe I could mix lemonade with either the vanilla crunch donuts or the vanilla ice cream, and kind of make my own kind of Jumping on lemon clouds. And this one is really tart. Like this smells like almost lemon rind. I know it's supposed to smell sugary, and it does, but it smells like lemonade that is made from like legitimate lemons. It doesn't smell like lemonade mix. So it's not super sweet, which is really nice. So I can put this with one of the sweeter scents. It also does not read cleaner at all to me. I got Absolute Coffee, and I have really been into coffee scents, but they're kind of hard to find, honestly. This one, okay, so it's just straight up coffee. And it smells to me like coffee beans rather than coffee grounds, which I think has a distinct flavor or smell. It's really super strong. Like even without cure time, it's super, super, super strong, which I'm not mad at. But I also thought, like, again, vanilla crunch donuts, vanilla ice cream would kind of be a nice mix. I like my coffee to be super coffee, but with just like a little bit of creaminess at least. So, okay, I got Coastal Kale, and like people rave about Coastal Kale. I've never had it, obviously, so it is also green, so I feel like I can melt some of it. But it smells beautiful. So I don't think this is a single oil. This is definitely something she blends, I'm pretty sure. But it's green and fresh, like fresh air, green note, and like almost floral. It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous, and I cannot wait to melt it. I mean, this, I did like pre-sniff a lot of these, and this is the one that I was most excited about. This and one other. And then my last mini melter that I got was apple fritter donuts. And that almost, right, apple fritter donuts almost sounds like one of her like scent combinations, but it's not. And so this smells like apple fritter and donuts. Like, I get apple for sure. I get the fritter, and the thing about an apple fritter to me is I love the apple fritters that have like real pieces of apple in them that are like really cinnamon and kind of stewed and everything. And then it's got like that like note of like donut holes. It's so good. I mean, it really is super good. Like I don't know that this needs cure time. It's not green, so I won't melt it, but it's great. Okay, and so then she has like scent combinations, and for the life of me, I just cannot remember what they're called. I'm sure they're called something, I don't know, chunk bags, I think. She also has this cute card. Thanks for ordering. The owner of Rose Girls is named Jenny Oaks. I am part of her Facebook group, and she has like a cult following. People love, love, love Jenny Oaks. And so yeah. So I think these are called chunk bags. So the first one I got is Speechless. And this came out like last, like August-ish sometime, because people were raving, like YouTube people were raving about it. And it's Coastal Kale, Raindrops, and Satsuma. Satsuma is kind of an orange note, right? So they come in these chunks, and you'll see like this is kind of how I figured out like I was supposed to be doing something different, is that these chunks, like this right there, is Coastal Kale that's in like this raindrop, and probably the orange here is Satsuma, right? And then you put this in your warmer and it melts it all together, right? This is beautiful. So I love the Coastal Kale. I told you it's kind of got like a floral green, fresh air vibe. But I do not get a lot of raindrops in here. Raindrops for me are really beautiful. I love, I think the raindrop oil is very, like fresh rain, not like a downpour of rain, but just like little drips of rain. So it's kind of got like the steam coming off of the street kind of smell, you know? But this mostly smells to me like actually Satsuma first and then Coastal Kale second, and not really that much raindrops on cold. Of course, this is uncured and on cold. So, and still, I mean, it smells beautiful. I'm still really into it. Now, I'm not sure, I don't think this is a chunk bag. I think that this is a blend in mini melters, okay? So I'm not an expert, so I mean, if you want to hate, that's cool, but I'm just learning. So it's called Night Shift, and it's espresso, latte, confetti cake, toffee, butterscotch pretzels, and cookies. So it's not like just a plain thing, like it's a blend, but it's not in those like, it's got different colors, but it's not in these like chunk muffin cut up things. So this, guys, is perfection. So I was afraid of the toffee butterscotch because I really don't like caramel notes, and they can be too sweet for me and almost sickening sweet, or they can smell burnt, and I didn't want either of those things. So what is so cool about this blend is that it's definitely coffee heavy, like it's espresso, and so espresso is like deep, rich brew, right? And then you definitely get the cake note and the cookies note. I do not smell any kind of caramel note to this, but there is kind of that toffee, like, you know, those, like that crunch and munch stuff, like that kind of toffee butter popcorn stuff, that kind of like butteriness of the toffee you can smell. What, not caramel, but it's like toffee. So it smells beautiful. And it smells, on cold, it smells like it's not gonna be like blow me out of the house strong. Like definitely Absolute Coffee is way stronger, but this still smells like it's probably at least a medium. you're gonna see a theme. So Koopa Claus needs a latte. So she does this like Mario sampler kind of thing where she does like all these Mario melters. And so Koopa Claus is supposed to be about like, you know, King Koopa, right? If you know Mario. So Koopa Claus needs a latte is espresso, Gilligan's brew, baked zucchini bread, and royal sugar cookies. So I don't love zucchini bread. I didn't know that until I had just like only zucchini bread. Because it can, I told you guys in the past, it can read too green to me. This one is really pretty. I would say that I get the royal sugar cookies, Gilligan's brew, and a little bit of the bread, but not too much of the greenery in the bread. I would say if I was going to rank the 3 coffee scents that I got, that Absolute Coffee is first, that Night Shift is second, and that Koopa Claus needs a latte is third. I think of these, this has the least amount of like upfront coffee smell and a lot of that like bakery note, which is still very beautiful, and you can still get the coffee. I'm just saying if you're trying to figure out your coffee deal, Absolute Coffee these are the ones that I got. Absolute Coffee, pure coffee, no, you know, stuff. This one, Night Shift, is coffee with like a little bit of cake and a little bit of coffee. And then this is like heavy cookie icing with a little bit of coffee. So, and then the last bag that I got is Florida Key Lime Pie, Serendipity, and Vanilla Ice Cream. So I was really excited about this. It's hard to find lime scents. There'll be some that come out like, you know, around summer and stuff, but lime scents are hard to find. What is so neat about this is I can like smell the meringue of a key lime pie. I know that sounds really weird, but I definitely smell kind of all the components of the key lime pie. So I get the green key lime. I would say I would rather it be a little bit more tart. I think that key lime to me is like biting, and this is really sweet and beautiful, but I wouldn't say that it's necessarily like tart, like make your mouth water lime smell. Serendipity is the name of a particular oil, but it's like a little bit like perfumey, but it's good. This one smells really good. I can get the creaminess of the meringue. I can get, I would want more tartness, but some tartness from the lime. Vanilla ice cream, it's definitely very creamy. And I don't know that I get serendipity, but it's good. And then the rest of what I got, she calls chunk muffins. So I'll take one out of the package so that you can see like what these look like. So, I think you'll see where my mind has been, but this is called Love You a Latte. And these are her chunk muffins. So they look like a muffin, like this, and then they have the chunks in them. And this one has espresso, donut holes, and gooey marshmallows. So I smell coffee. I don't know if it's necessarily I smell espresso. In this other one, I smell espresso for sure. This one, I smell coffee, but I mostly smell marshmallow. I actually don't get any of that fried note that came in the apple fritter one. I don't get the fried donut hole note, which is fine. But I got 2 of those because like I'm all things coffee right now. And then I got 2 of these. This is called Rodeo. And one of the things that Jenny from Rose Girls has started doing, which I gather, you know, she hadn't done regularly before, is she started putting scent notes, which I super prefer. So see how pretty? This is called Rodeo, and it's leather, amber, wood, patchouli, and vanilla. Oh, this is incredible. Like, you guys know I have like these 2 scents that I'm like, Day 2 and Carnival Coffee are like my jam, and I never, like, I want to just always know when I'm ordering from those places. I feel like this Rodeo is going to go in that stack because it smells incredible. It smells like, so leather can almost read kind of like, almost chlorine-like to me. I know that sounds weird, but that's just how I smell it. And then I smell patchouli, and wood. It says it has amber and vanilla. If it has vanilla, the vanilla must be like a smoked vanilla or a dark vanilla in some sense. It's not like vanilla ice cream. It's not like cooking vanilla. It's not bakery in any way. This is Sexy Man. And I love me a Sexy Man scent. And I knew I did. So I got 2. Because Rodeo, that one's really good. Oh, you know what? I got 3 Love You lattes. Okay, so there's that. And then I got Gilligan's Brew, Peeps Cake, and Pink Sands. So I was worried about Peeps Cake, and only because I don't like Peeps, and I've never had it in the oil, and so I'm like, oh my god, is it gonna be like just too sweet for me to handle? And it's not. It says Gilligan's Brew, and I think Gilligan's Brew is just kind of like a creamy, like maybe coconutty, like mixer. This and so Pink Sands is like a Yankee Candle dupe. But this Peeps Cake, I don't know, it has like almost a berry note, and like I don't know, is that supposed to be what Peeps Cake smells like? This is the first time I've smelled the oil, but it doesn't have like the marshmallow that I would expect. It has like a really like almost fruity scent. It smells really nice. So I'm not mad at it for sure. And then the last one, I think I get to melt this month. It's called Holy, and it's like right up my alley. So it's called Morning. It's a mix of Morning Sex and Palo Santo. So Morning Sex for her is kind of like a manly scent with like a little bit of almost rain note in it. And I love Palo Santo everything. This one is like almost green leaves. Like it definitely, Palo Santo is so weird. Like someday, like I'm gonna look up like exactly what it's supposed to be, but to me Palo Santo can read, it definitely always reads outdoor, but sometimes it reads more woody to me. Sometimes it reads more like leaves to me. This one reads leaves. So this smells like green leaves, rain, with a little bit of fresh air or like maybe ocean air, but nothing salty. And it smells really nice. I'm like, I always am sad when I get something like this because I'm like, why did I only get one? But you know what? Like, I'm happy to have this one. I'm going to cut it up and I'm going to put it in my warmers. I'm going to love it. Like, I don't know why I worry about like melting things that I buy to melt. So I just need to get my mind right. So that is my haul. Tell me if you got any of these things, if you got any of her ready to ship, if there's one that you really, recommend that I try. Again, like my melting basket for March is green, so it looks like I could melt this, which is the Florida Key Lime Pie one. I could melt Speechless because it has green in it. I could melt Coastal Kale, and I could melt Holy. So I'll put a couple of these away for curing, and I'll put a couple in my melting basket, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.